Hi, and thanks for buying the Macrame Jewellery Kit. Such a lovely kit where you get to make 2 necklaces and a pair of earrings in no time at all. All you'll need in addition to the kit is a pair of scissors. Alright, so what we'll get started on is this one, which is my favourite, which I call it the fishbone knot, just because I feel like it looks like the centre of a fish. I'm a nightmare for making up my own names for things. But I'm sure it's got another name. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose the colour that you want, and do note that you also get to make a pair of earrings because the other necklace is a little bit longer, so you might not have enough to make earrings out of that colour. So have a little think about what colour you'd like, and then you're going to make yourself a length of about 20 centimetres. If you don't have a ruler to hand, the box is pretty handy because that's about 20 centimetres. You could possibly be a little bit more generous in the box, actually. You've got plenty of rope, so you may as well. And then you're going to make a fishy, okay? So it looks like a fish shape. The principal idea of this is that this long thread is going to go over the top and in through the centre of the fish, and then over the bottom of the fish and in through the centre. Top, bottom, so kind of like a figure of 8 over and over along the length of it. This little bit will become the bit that goes around your neck, but you get to pull it later, so don't worry if it's too short at the moment. And then these 2 bits here are the bits that kind of travel on the inside of this shape. So if you do want a longer one of this, then you do need to make the fish a little bit longer now in the first place. Okay, so we're off and ready to go. One thing also, don't feel like you need to make this first time round. It's a very quick knot, so feel free to relax, have a little play, take it apart and try it again. So I've gone over the top and into the centre, and I'm pulling the whole length through. Then I'm going over the bottom and through to the centre, pulling the whole length through. Over the top of the fish and into the centre, pulling the whole length through. Bottom, if you feel like being fancy, you can actually do 2 at once. So you see that I did bottom, then I did top. I'm grabbing it with my finger, my left hand, my thumb and my finger, and I'm doing that. But don't feel like you have to do that. You feel free to do 1 at a time on your first time. But maybe give this a go at the end when you're feeling a bit more confident. Now, the one thing that maybe you'll get wrong on your first time is keeping these 2, this one and this one, at an even distance apart. So if they start to get closer or wider, then you'll have an uneven fishbone basically. So again, I wouldn't worry about it on your first one, because you can always just pull this thread here and it'll totally fall apart. So it's totally easy to have a couple of goes before you do the real one. So over we go. So I'll just whiz through this now. Hopefully you've got it, and I'll just show you what you do when you get to the end. You're very close to having a necklace. This rope, whilst you're waiting, is a 9mm rope. I get it from Bobini, a really nice company in Poland. But obviously I do sell more kits if you do get addicted and want to make some more. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to keep going. Over, through. Now I must stop either when I get to the end of this loop and I can't go anymore, but also when I've got enough thread in this hand that would go around my neck. This one doesn't change length. This one I can pull and make longer. This one in my right hand now I don't have any control over, so I have to stop when it's the length to go around my neck. I can't keep going to the end, so I'm going to leave that much. Okay, so I have got a little bit of a loop left, but that's totally fine. Turned it round the other way, and what I'm going to do, this is the original end that I started with, I'm going to grab my fingers, I love this bit, and I'm just going to pull it towards the end. So just pulling away. Ooh, you see it go? Oh, so enjoyable, that bit there. There you go, to give that a little bit of a tighten, and I've now got the shape of my neck there. So good, eh? What you can then do is you can decide how long you'd like these, and then you can give them a cut. I'm just going to overcut them for now because I'll do it properly off camera in a second, just to check it on myself. And then I'm just going to take the 2 clasps, let's get them from my box, one with a hook on, like a hoop on it, and then one where's the other one gone? With a chain. Okay, take your super glue. Remember, you've got to open it with the little castle thing at the top. Pour about 1/3, no more than 1/2 of glue inside, and then take one of the ends. This is where your cocktail stick might come in handy, just so you don't get your fingers anywhere near it. Super glue works best when you push it right down on top of it. So obviously I'm faking it at the moment because I'd like to properly measure it later, but make sure no air gets inside this, otherwise you'll have a loose fit and it could fall apart. Okay, so make sure you're really pressing down hard so that no air gets inside and you'll get a great fit. Repeat that then for this one here, and then that necklace is ready to go. Amazing, eh? So now I'll show you how to make the earrings. Okay, the earrings are super simple. They're literally little offcuts that are left over. I think from memory they are 15 centimetres, the ones that I do, but again you can play around with the length that you want it depending on how big a dangle you want. All you do is again do a little fishy shape, do a little loop, pass the end through and then tighten like so. This time you'll be taking 2 ends, and you've just got to make sure, like that would be quite hard to get into the earrings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of cut it so it's almost bullet-like. Alright, so it's as small as possible because obviously this is 2 lengths of thread that I want to get inside. And then I'm going to take my earring clasp. Alright, again, fill it with about 1/3 to 1/2 of glue, and then just very carefully with this one, force it inside. You'll definitely need your stick to help you and make sure you're sat comfortably so that you can get that inside. And that's your earrings.